Hare Krishna, Om Gyana Timirandasya, Gyanangana Shalakaya, Slushuru Miritamina, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobistam, Stapita Mena Bhutale, Syaurpaka Damaham Dadati Swapadantika. Vandeham Shri Guru Shutapada Kamalam, Shri Guru Vishnavascha, Shri Rupa Sagrajnam Sagna Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam. С Адвайтам Савдутно Парична, Схитам Кришна Читания Девам, Шри Рада Кришна Падан Схагана Лолита Шри Вишакам Витам Шча. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radha Vrindavaneshwari, Vrisha Panu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. So, Dandavat and Pranam to all the Vishnavas. Vanchakapa Turupcha Kripa Snupevacha Paditnam Pavanebhu Vishnavebhu Namo Namaha. Nama Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namastam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskatya Deshutarine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskatya Deshutarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now I will try to sing the 3 songs which the Vaishnavas sing in the Kartika month. The Kartika month is till Monday, but I will continue maybe to sing these 3 songs a little bit longer because they're just very nice. I don't know if I could share the screen, maybe. I don't know if I can. Maybe the next time I'll try. So, Shri Radha Kripa Kataksa Stava Raja, spoken by Lord Shiva in the Udvamnaya Tantra. Munindra Vrnda Vandita Triloka Shoka Harini Prasanna Vaktra Pankaji Nikunja Bhuvilasini Vrajendra Banu Nandini Vrajendra Suna Sangate Kadakari Shashiyamam Ripakataksha Bhajana Ashoka vriksha valari vitana manda pastita pravala vala palava prabha purangri komale varapayas puratkare prabhuta sampadalaya kadakari shashihama ripakataksha bhajana amangaranga mangala Prasanga Banjura Bruva Savipramam Sasabramam Tritanta Bana Patana Nirantaram Vashikrita Pratiti Nanda-nandanaastakam Katakari Shashiyamam Ripakataksha Bhajanam Kripa Kataksa Bhajanam Kripa Kataksa Bhajanam Kripa Kataksa Bhajanam Kripa Kataksa Bhajanam Tit Suvarna Champaka Pradipta Gora Vigrahe Mukha Prabha Parasta Kot Sharadendu Mandale Vichitra Chitra Sanchara Chakora Shavalochane Kadakari Shashihamam Ripakataksha Bhajanam Madon Madati Ovane Pramodamana Mandite Priyanura Garamjite Kailasa Pandite Ananya Danya Kunjara Jakama Keli Kovide Kadakari Shashihama Ripakataksha Bhajana Shishahava Bhavadi Hira Hara Bhushita Praputa Shata Kumbha Kumbha Kumbhi Kumbha Sustani Prashasta Mandahasya Churna Purna Sakya Sagara Hadakari Shashihama Ripakataksha Bhajana Kripa Kadakari Shashiyamam Ripakataksha Bhajanam Kadakari Shashiyamam Ripakataksha Bhajanam Marina Lava Valari Tarangaranga Dorlate Latagra Lasya Lola Nila Lochanava Lokane La 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 Milan Manoga Muga Mohanashite Hatakari Shashihama Ripakataksha Bhajanam Suvarna Marikanchita Trireka Kambokantage Trishutra Vandaliguna Triratna Dipti Dipti Salola Nila Kutala Prasuna Gucha vide Kataksa Shihamam Kripa Kataksa Bhajanam Kataksa Shihamam Kripa Kataksa Bhajanam Kataksa Shihamam Kripa Kataksa Bhajanam. Nitamba bimbalambaman pushpamekhalagune prashastaratna kinkini kalapamadhyamanjula karindra shundadandika verohasavagoruke hadakari shashihamam ripakataksha bhajanam Aneka mantra nada mantra no purara vaskala samajaraja hamsa vamsa nikvanati guru vilola hema valari vidampi charo chakrame kadakari shashihamam ipakataksha bhajanam Katakari shashihamam ripakataksa bhajanam Kadakari shashihamam ripakataksa bhajanam. Ananta Koti Vishnu Namra Padma Charsite Himadrija Pulomaja Virinka Javara Prade Apara Siddhi Ridhi Satpadangurinake Kadakari Shashihamam Ripakataksha Bhajanam Makeshwari Kriyeshwari Sadeshwari Sureshwari Triveda Bharatishwari Brahmana Shasaneshwari Rameshwari Ksameshwari Pramoda Kananeshwari Vrajeshwari Vrajadipe Hiradike Namostute Iti Mamatputam Stava Nikomya Banu Nandini Karoto Santa Tambraja Janam Kripa Kataksha Bhajana Pavetta Daiva Sanchita Nirupa Karma Nashanam Pavetta Davrajendra Sur Mandala Praveshanam Pavetta Daiva Sanchita Nirupa Karma Sagra Pavetta Daiva Sanchita Trirupa Karma Nashana Pavetta Davrajendra Sun Mandala Praveshana Kadakari Shashihama Ripakataksha Bhajana Kadakari Shashihama Ripakataksha Bhajana. The next one is Sri Nanda-nandanaastakam, an ancient prayer by an unknown Vaishnava author. Suchari Vaktra Mandalam Sukharnaratna Kundalam Sucharchitanga Chandanam Namami Nanda-nandana Netra Pankajam Sikhi Sikhanda Murtajam Ananga Koti Manam Nimami Nanda-nandana Sutika Netra Pankajam Sikhi Sikhanda Murtajam Ananga Koti Mohanam Namami Nanda-nandana Shunarika Sunashikagramutikam Sunashikagramaktikam Svachandadanta Navam Buddhangachikanam Namami Nanda-nandana Karena Venoranjitam Gati Karindra Gandritam Tukula Pita Shobana Namami Nanda-nandana Karena Venoranjitam Kati Karindra Ganjitam Tukula Pita Shobana Namami Nanda-nandana Bhagavateha Sundaram Nakatyuti Sudhakaram Amulya Ratna Bhushanam Namami Nanda-nandana Namami Nanda-nandanam 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 Sukhandahanga Sarupam Iravirachikastubam Purachrivatsalanchanam Namami Nanda-nandanam Vrindavana Sunagaram Vilasanugavasasam Surendra Garva Mochitam Namami Nanda-nandanam Vrajangana Sunayakam Sada Sukha Vrajangana Sunayakam Sada Sukha Pradayakam Jagatmana Pralobana Namami Nanda-nandana Śrīnanda-nandanaastakam Patetya Śradayan Vita Taret Bhava Vidustaram Labetatam Griyukanam Nanda-nandanaastakam Patetya Śradayan Vita Taret Bhava Vidustaram Labetatam Griyukanam Namami Nanda-nandana Namami Nanda-nandana Namami Nanda-nandana Namami Nanda-nandana. Next one is Damodaraastakam, spoken by Satyavrata Muni, recorded to the Padma Purana by Shri Krishna Dvaipayana Vedavyasa. Namamishvara Satchitanandarupa Lasat Kundalango Kule Brajamana Yashodabiolokavamana Paristamadyanta Trotodrutya Gopya Yashodabiolokavamana Paristamadyanta Trotodrutya Gopya Rutam Namo Netrayumamrujanta Karambojayugmena Santankanetra Rutam Namo Netrayumamrujanta Karambojayugmena Santankanetra Muhusasakam Patririkam Kakampa Sitagrivam Damodaram Bhaktivada Rutam Muhurnitrayumam Rijanta Karambujayumam Satankanetram. Sorry. Again, the second one, the second shloka. Rudatamahurnetrayamamrijantam karambhajayumena santankanetra mohusvasakampatrirakakanta damodara bhaktivada. Iti trisvalila perananda kunde svagosham nimajata akyapayata tayeshitagnisho bhakti chitatva punna prematasta satavritivada param deva moksham namoksham variva Dachana vrindayam vareshatapiya itam tiva purnatagapalam satam bimanasya virastam kimanya idam te mukam bhujam avyaktanila vritam kuntalai snigdha taschagopya Muhushkumbhitam bimbaraktatarame Manasya virastamalam lakshalabha. Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasita Prabhupada Jalabhimagna Kripa Drasti Vrastati Dinam Bhatano Grihanashamamaga Hedyashidrisya Kuverat Majau Badam Kuverat Majau Badamurtyavayatva Tvayamachita Bhakti Bhajau Kritacha Tata Prema Bhakti Svakame Prayacha Namakshigramasti Damodara Namaste Studane Spuradiptidane Fatayaduraya Vishvasadane Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nandalilaya Devaya Tobha 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nandalilaya Devaya Tobha Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Nandalilaya Devaya Tobha. Now I will try to sing the Jayarata Madhava, and then we'll try to read from the books then. Sorry, today I'm not so concentrated. Jayarata Madhava Jaya Kunja Jayarata Madhava Jaya Kunja Jaya Gopi Jahnava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jahnava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajarana Jaya Munatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihara Jaya Gopi Jahnava Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Munatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now I will try to read from the books. Now I must see where I was here in the first book. This is Gaudiya Darsana. This is a book from Prema Prayojana Prabhu. This is a translation of a lecture of His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura Prabhupāda, and also commentaries on the lecture. Jai Gaudiya Darsana, Jai Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu, Jai His Guru Maharaj, Gurudev Śrīla Narayana Maharaj, Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura Prabhupāda. Now I must see where I was in this book. So I think I have reached the paragraph with the title The Futility of Karma and Jnana is established by discovering narrations about devotional service. In the astrological scriptures propagated in the Middle Ages, the sun, oh no, I think I have read this. I have read this. Okay, so the next paragraph is yes, the next paragraph. Uh, I have I have reached the next paragraph because this one I think I have read the last time. Yes. So Shri Vishnu is situated in the center of everything. The idea that I am God is instigated by the theories of Bhogavada, enjoyment, and Tyagavada, renunciation. In Tyagavada, the opposite of Bhogavada, when one goes on repeatedly eliminating external substances, the extreme urge to ignore the personality of Godhead arises. Thus, this in turn culminates in Kevaladvaita, the theory of impersonal absolute monism. Accepting the conception of the personality of Godhead is like accepting the heliocentric conception. All the planets and stars are orbiting the Sun. Similarly, all entities are orbiting the Vishnu Vastu. Shri Vishnu alone attracts all existence to himself. The next paragraph has a title Nirvisheshevada is the source of many types of atheism. The conception of absolute monism prevails everywhere in India. Many atheistic branches and sub-branches of this Nirvisheshevada have spread throughout the world. Nirvisheshevada is another form of Shunyavada, voidism, or Buddhism in disguise. From the crypto Buddhism, uncountable opinions antagonistic to the service of Bhagavan have proliferated, such as the Tantrika and Baula belief systems. Panchapasana is also just the embodied anguish of this Mayavada. By considering Vishnu to be bound by the reactions of karma, the henotheist Sampradaya invite Nirvishesha Vada. Invites Nirvishesha Vada. Theories such as polytheism consider their ultimate goal to be impersonal. The next paragraph, I will continue the next time with the next paragraph. Jai Gaudiya Darsana, Jai Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu, Jai His Gurudev, Śrīla Narayana Maharaj, Jai His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhānta, Sarasvatī Ṭhākura, Prabhupāda. The Gayatri book, Jai the Gayatri book, Jai His Holiness Sachinandana Swami, Jai His Gurudev, His Divine Grace Abhijana Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda. Now let's see if I now next paragraph is preparation. The Buddha Siddhi prayers. Preparation. The Buddha Siddhi prayers. Is preparation for chanting the Gayatri mantra, maybe? It is beneficial to prayerfully recite the following three wonderful verses before chanting the Gayatri mantras. Here is a note number 32. These three verses are taken from Pancharatra Pradipa, chapter 4.3. Although reciting these mantras first may not always be possible, it will certainly help us to chant them regularly. These prayers remind us of our eternal spiritual identity and are therefore called the Buddha Siddhi prayers. Buddha means material elements, and Siddhi means to be purified. Shuddhi. Sorry, Buddha Shuddhi. Sorry. Oh, yes, Buddha Shuddhi. Okay, Buddha Shuddhi prayers. Buddha means material elements and Shuddhi means to be purified. Buddha Shuddhi is a process. Buddha Shuddhi is a process where the elements of the body are meditatively dismantled and then reconstituted in a purified, revitalized form. Buddha can also refer to anything that exists, including any living being. This Buddha Shuddhi can also be translated purification of one's existence. In either case, for Vaishnavas, the practice and result of Buddha Shuddhi is to remember our true spiritual nature. When we are free from material influence, we enter our spiritual identity and are thus able to perform eternal constitutional service to Sri Krishna. Pujaris about to enter the deity room. Pujaris about to enter the deity room are advised to chant these prayers. Similarly, we can derive benefit from them when we worship the deities presiding over the Gayatri mantras. Similarly, we can derive benefit from them when we worship the deities presiding over the Gayatri mantras. We should chant these prayers with a desire to purify the bodily concept of life because they can focus on one on one's identity as a servant of Lord Krishna's eternal servant. This practice quickly helps us to become aloof from material consciousness and establish the mind on the platform of Krishna consciousness. So, verse 1. Now, the three verses are here given. Verse 1. I am by nature the eternal servant of Krishna, but because of my misfortune, I have been inimical toward him from time immemorial. Therefore, I have identified myself with my body and wandered continuously in the cycle of birth and death in the material world, suffering the burning threefold miseries. Now, as a result of some unimaginable good fortune, my spiritual master's mercy has enabled me to know that I am Krishna's eternal servant. So, therefore, I have identified myself with my body and wandered continuously in the cycle of birth and death in the material world, suffering the burning threefold miseries. Now, as a result of some unimaginable good fortune, my spiritual master's mercy has enabled me to know that I am Krishna's eternal servant, an individual spiritual being, completely apart from the gross and subtle body. So, by the order of my spiritual master, I have obtained the good fortune of serving his lotus feet, following following in his footsteps, lotus feet of Srishta Mahaprabhu and Shri Shri Radha Shyamasundara. Now there is note 33. The original Sanskrit text of this verse is not known. Usually, at the end, one cites the names of the deities one is actually worshipping. Verse 2. Naham vipro nacha narapatir. Oh, sorry. I will try to sing it because otherwise, if I try to read it, it's just terrible. Verse 2. Naham vipro nacha narapatir napi vashnya nashudo. Naham vishnu nacharagrina patirna vanashtoyatirva kinto prada nikila paramananda purnamritava gopi bratu padakamayurdasha dasanodasa. Naham vipro nacha nara patina pivasyo na shudro. Naham varni nacha grihapati nova nastoya tirvakinta prodya nikira paramananda purnamritapa. Sorry, I will try again. I am not concentrated today. Very bad. Naram vipru nacha narapati napi vishyo nashudro naham vadni nacha griha patino vanastoyatirva kintu pradyo nikila paramananda Purnamrita Gopipata Pada Kamalaya Dasa no dasa Dasa no dasa. I am not a Brahmana. I am not a Kshatriya. I am not a Vaishya or a Shudra. Nor am I a Brahmachari, a householder, a vanaprastha, or a sannyasi. I identify myself only as the servant of the servant of the servant of the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna, the maintainer of the gopis. He is like an ocean of nectar, and he is the cause of universal transcendental bliss. He is always existing with brilliance. Note number 14. No, sorry, note number 34. Note number 34. This verse is originally from Śrīla Rupa Goswami's Padyavali, verse 74, quoted in Charitamrita Madhya Lila 1380. Verse 3. Devam Shri Hari Mandaradya Tilakam Kanta Somalan Vitam Viksha Shri Hari Namavana Subhagavan Shikantariptam Puna Udam Sukshumam Navaruparam Vimalam Nityam Daham Titanam Jaya Shri Guru Pada Padma Nikate Sevatsukam Chatmana Divyam Shri Hari Mandaradya Tilakam Kantam Sumalam Vitam Vaksham Shri Hari Namavarna Subhagavam Shikanda Liptam Puna Padputam Sukshmam Navambaram Vimalatam Nityam Vahantim Tanu Dhiya Shri Guru Pada Padmani Kate Sivatsukam Chatmana. One should meditate on oneself, situated at the feet of one's spiritual master, one's pure body, dressed in fine new cloth and decorated with wonderful tilak, one's chest marked with the holy name and anointed with sandalwood pulp, and one's neck bedecked with a garland. The next paragraph has a title, The Jewel of Full Attention. In Harinama Chintamani, Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakura calls inattention the root cause of all offenses against the holy name. These offenses restrict the natural growth of pure devotion. One can chant the Hare Krishna mantra for thousands of years and still not receive the ultimate benefit of pure Krishna consciousness as long as one remains inattentive. The same principle applies to Gayatri Japa. One may chant the sacred Gayatri mantras for a long time, but if he is or she is inattentive in his or her practice, the he or she will not receive the real benefit. Since the principles of maintaining proper attention are the same as when chanting the holy name, and since I have already elaborately presented them in the nectarian ocean of the holy name, I will address them here only briefly, simply to remind and encourage us to endeavor for full attention while chanting both Gayatri and the holy name. Inattention is synonymous with the negligence. Therefore, the scriptures have referred to inattention by using the strong word pramada, madness. If a host invites an important guest and then neglects that guest being engaged in some other activity, the host would be considered impolite or even offensive. Why did he invite the guest as if simply plans to ignore him? This example describes the state of our mind when we invite Krishna into our heart by chanting Gayatri or Namajapa and then engage in some other activity ignoring our guest. To be inattentive while chanting is simply a form of madness. And now mm, um, the next paragraph begins to paragraph the next part of the text begins to begins with the further um, and now the next in the next paragraph inattention is divided into three cate- categories. So the intention is derived into three categories. The next paragraph, the next, sorry, with paragraph I mean the next part of the text. Yes, and I will continue with that the next time. So we have just heard how interestingly this first verse from these three verses which one should chant before chanting the Gayatri mantras. The first one, there is no Sanskrit text, but there is something like something in that verse reminds the verse 2 of Shri Shikshastaka, which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has spoken in the 16th century. It is of course not the second verse of Shri Shikshastakam, of course not, but there are some ideas from there. We all know what is the verse 2 of Shri Shikshastakam. Namakadi Bahut Nirshashaksis, Trapitayamita Smirnana Kala, Tatsitava Kripa Bhagavan Namapi, Turaya Desham Tachin Ragha. Namakadi Bahut Nirshashaksis, Trapitayamita Smirnana Kala, Tatsitava Kripa Bhagavan Namapi, Turaya Desham Tachin Ragha. Sorry for my terrible trial to say the verse in this way. You all know the translation of this verse 2 of Shikshastaka. Um, Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he says, O Lord, in your unlimited and unconceivable and yes, great, in your great mercy, you have uh, done in such a way um, that that you, O Lord, you have many names, like Krishna, Govinda, Madhava, and many other names of God exist. And then he says further, O Lord, every of these names has Shakti or many Shaktis, powers, different powers, and the persons who chant these mantras and the persons who hear these mantras, they um, get this benediction, this Shakti, these Shaktis, these benedictions connected with the holy with the names of God, with the holy names of God. And further he says, there are no you have in your unlimited great mercy, O Lord, you have done it in such a way that um, one does not have to be Brahmana or pure um, or yes, everybody without restriction can chant the holy names of the Lord. The Lord, uh, um, O Lord, in your mercy, he says, you have done the things in such a way that there are no restrictions, no any restrictions. Everybody can chant the holy names of the Lord in any condition, in any circumstances, in any place. And and at any time, day or night. And then he says, but oh my Lord, my misfortune is that I don't have attraction for the chanting of your holy names. Of course, this is not the truth. The truth, Srila Mahaprabhu, he surely have attraction for the chanting of the holy names of the Lord, but he is actually himself the Lord, and in his just his desire was to appear as Srila Mahaprabhu in order to show to us how a devotee behaves, to set an example how a devotee behaves, and of course, in order to um, feel the love of a devotee to the Lord. If he appears as a devotee, then he can feel the feelings of a devotee, the love of a devotee to the Lord. He can feel this beautiful um, um, this beautiful um, how to say condition to be a pure devotee of the Lord, then this person feels great love to the Lord. This is very very um, very beautiful feelings are these, and the Lord wanted to express this to feel these feelings of a pure devotee to the Lord, and especially he wanted to feel how is it to be um, yes, to be a devotee. How is it? What are the feelings of Srimati Radhika to Sri Krishna? How one um, how one can live these feelings? So the Lord wanted to experience this That's why also that's why he came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes. Now I will continue to with the next book. Jai the Gayatri book. Jai His Holiness Sachinanda Swami. Jai His Gurudev, His Guru Maharaj. His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravrinda Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. So, Jai, the book, A Place of Sandalwood and Roses. Jai, Shrimati Govinda Dasi. Jai, her Gurudev, her Guru Maharaj. His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravrinda Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. So here I have reached part where Shrimati Govinda Dasi she describes how she's listening. They are listening a lecture of Srila Prabhupada of His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravrinda Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupada. And here she's still her name is still Bonnie here in at that moment. So Bonnie remembers other such incidents, thinking, kids feel animals suffering. They are sensitive. Adults turn off their feelings and harden like cold, brittle metal, unable to feel the suffering of others. Her eyes moisten with tears as she remembers all the times she was forced to eat dead animals, and her heart feels heavy. The lecture goes past half an hour. Some devotees struggle in sleepily. Some guests leave, unable to comprehend the strange philosophy, or perhaps the strong Bengali accent. The Swami hardly seems to notice. He continues speaking confidently, patiently, repeatedly explaining that we are not these bodies, but we are eternal spiritual souls, servants of Krishna. We are thinking, I am this body, I am American, I am Indian, or I am a father, mother, husband, wife. No, what am I? I am a spirit soul, eternally part and parcel of Krishna. And what is my duty, my purpose? to render loving service to Krishna. This is Bhakti Yoga. The Swami pauses. Yoga? Bhakti Yoga. Bonnie's eyes light up. She reflects. This is a new yoga. That I know nothing about, with Krishna in the center. And Krishna is God, a beautiful, enchanting blue God. Bonnie's first reaction to the Swami's lecture is one of relief. She feels relieved to learn that there is definitely a God. Now she's not alone anymore. The long, dark years of agnosticism were lonely and painful, in spite of having all the eternal enjoyments. The Swami is so confident, so certain of God's existence. It feels like God is present when he speaks. Bonnie savors the moment and thinks, yes, there is a God, and I want to learn everything about him. She senses that she has come to the right place. The class ends after 45 minutes. Then the Swami picks up his cymbals, tapping them gently. Ching, ching, ching. And again begins to sing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. A few of the devotees get up to dance, swaying and waving into the spell of the music. Bonnie watches shyly, then closes her eyes and is again lost in the sound of the Swami's voice. Transcendental sounds, new words. Yes, they are definitely transcendental, trance inducing. She smiles blissfully as she sings along in the response. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bonnie sits peacefully, basking in the sunshine of the Swami's presence. She feels the same warm, glowing feeling in the chest she had felt as a child. That expansive feeling of divine love. She hadn't understood it then. Her school teachers taught that the heart was just an organ for pumping blood, nothing more. When asked what caused it to beat, they didn't know. Now, since her study of yoga has begun, she understands that the heart area is the location of the heart chakra, where the emotions of love and joy can be experienced. She had those feelings as a child. She had experienced them in church, that warm golden glow of God in the heart. Now, in the Swami's presence, it is returning. A series of prayers concludes the chant, each ending in Ki Jai, followed by a chorus of voices responding Jaya. Then the Swami rises gracefully from the dais and floats out through the same door he had entered. He moves with such elegance that he hardly seems to touch the floor. Everyone bows as he departs, touching their foreheads to the floor. This is a new kind of practice that Bonnie has never seen, yet it seems completely natural. Next chapter is chapter 13, the first service, and I will continue with that the next time. Yes, Srila Prabhupada, he was His Divine Grace Abhayacharya Vrnda Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupada. He was actually really um, is not was is um, really extraordinary personality, and there was some story from um, I think I think I have heard it from a Maharaj, this story, and he has heard it um, from a Mataji, um, and they were both they are both disciples of His Divine Grace Bhaichana Vrnda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And it was like this, that he was thinking, maybe this Maharaj, he was thinking at that time that uh, uh, he wants to maybe he's not sure if he has to continue with bhakti, and then it happened that he met this Mataji. They knew each other already. Um, they were god brothers, god brother and god sister. Um, they had the same Guru Maharaj. His Divine Grace Bhaichana Vrnda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And then he shared with her his thoughts, that he's not sure if he has to continue with bhakti. And she she um, shared with him her experience, that actually it happened that she was for some period of time she was cleaning the room and the bathroom of His Divine Grace the Bachelor Vrnda Śrīla Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Prabhupāda. This was her service actually for some period of time, and then mm, um, once it happened that he came earlier and wanted to go in the bathroom, but it was not possible because it was totally full with soap. Not full with soap, but it was just smeared. The soap was smeared on the floor, and at that moment it was not possible to just step on without stepping on the soap. So uh, one had to take the soap away first and make it dry. The floor made and make the floor dry, and after that he could come in actually. But he didn't want to wait. He wanted to take something. Maybe he had forgotten some part of his cloth or something like this. So he wanted just quickly to go in to take this part of the cloth and to go out. And she told him, "Oh, Srila Prabhupada, it's not possible. Just at that moment, I have just put soap on the floor." And but he didn't have time to wait. And then he got in, took the cloth, got out, and then when she looked on the floor, there were no any steps. So he was levitating. And it just shows that he is an extraordinary and a special personality, of course. Yes. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasihaya. Just a moment, I have to be a little bit. No. Namaste Narasihaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Lada Dayini. Prahlada Lada Dayini. Hiranyakashipu Vaksha. Hiranyakashipu Vaksha. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Iton Rishimho Paraton Rishimho. Iton Rishimho Paraton Rishimho. Yato Yato Yamitaton Rishimho. Yato Yamitaton Rishimho. Bahir Nishiho, Hridaye Nishiho. Bahir Nishiho, Hridaye Nishiho. Rishimhamadi Sharanyam Prapade. Rishimhamadi Sharanyam Prapade. Tavakara Kamalavare Naka Abhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanobringa Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Shri Nishimha Jan Rishim Jaya Jan Rishim Hare Prahladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Nishimha Jan Rishim Jaya Jan Rishim Hare Prahladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Nishimha Jan Rishim Jaya Jan Rishim Hare Prahladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Bringa Shri Shiva Jan Rishi Jaya Jan Rishi Hare Prahladesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Nrishimhade Jaya Nrishimhade Jaya Nrishimhade Jaya Nrishimhade Jaya Prahlad Nishinha Prahlad Nishinha Prahlad Nishinha Jaya Prahlad Nishinha Jaya Lakshmi Nrishimha Lakshmi Nrishimha Lakshmi Nrishimha Jaya Lakshmi Nrishimha Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Shri Shri Gauranitai Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Gopinatha Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe Radha Madhava Radha Gopinatha Radha Gokulananda Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radha Gokulananda Radhe Shyam Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jai Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Śrīla Prabhupada. Thanks so much for your attention. Yes, and I wanted to say also that after this Maharaj, he was not Maharaj at that time, of course. After he heard this from the Mataji, he then decided to continue with bhakti, and then he became a Maharaj. And after that, after some time, of course, but he decided to continue with the bhakti in his life after he heard this. Yes. So thank you so much for your attention. And as I always say, as I'm not, you all know that I'm not qualified in such topics like commentaries on Vedic topics or Vedic literature or Vedic poetry. I'm not qualified in such topics. So if I try to say something that you should know, I'm not trying to instruct anybody. I'm just trying to understand the Vedic, these comments on Vedic literature and Vedic literature. Of course, one have to try to understand them under the guidance of teachers, under the guidance of Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus. All of you who are Vaishnavas in Raganuga Bhakti and Vaishnavas in Rupanuga Bhakti, all of you, you are my gurus. Vanchakalpatarupascha, Kripasnikupevajja Patitnam Pavanebhu Vishnuvebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, thank you so much for your attention.